New developments in the controversy involving Brett Favre. His charity, Favre for Hope, donated more than $130,000 to the University of Southern Mississippi Athletic Foundation from 2018 to 2020. That, according to tax records obtained by ESPN. During the same period, Favre was trying to raise money for a new volleyball stadium at Southern Miss, where he played football, and his daughter was on the volleyball team. Favre for Hope, whose mission statement says it provides support for disadvantaged and disabled children and breast cancer patients, receives public donations. This comes after it was reported Saturday that Favre continued to press Mississippi state officials for help in paying for the new volleyball facility months after being told by then Governor Phil Bryant that the misuse of more than $5 million in state welfare funds could be illegal, according to text messages in a court filing. Also, Favre, SiriusXM, and ESPN Milwaukee radio appearances have been put on hold as news of his involvement in this matter continues to emerge. Favre has not been criminally charged, and his attorney has denied that Favre knew of the use of these welfare funds. Okay, a lot to unpack here. Stephen A., how do you feel about the Brett Favre situation now?
It smells, and it looks very, very bad for Brett Favre. The fact of the matter is that you have a former governor, a now former governor, who was telling him that what we're doing here may be illegal. And according to the allegations, Favre pushed forward anyway. You're talking about in excess of $5 million. And I want to make sure I read this correctly, all right? Favre was also involved in diverting at least $5 million in welfare funds. Welfare funds. When you talk about serving disenfranchised, disadvantaged and disenfranchised communities, what the hell are you doing being involved in something that involves you diverting funds, welfare funds? That is just awful. There is no way around this. And so he's not doing his radio show. He's not talking right now. You call it what it is. He's hiding. And it's probably wise on the advice of his lawyers or what have you. But what can he say? Because the fact of the matter is either there was a dereliction of duty that you were exercising and you weren't doing the things that you were supposed to do, or you were completely ignorant and oblivious to what was transpiring. And nobody's going to believe that because, again, you were pushing for something that would benefit your daughter, because she was on the volleyball team at that time and you wanted this volleyball stadium and all of this other stuff. And so it's something that we have to talk about. It's something that shouldn't be avoided, especially when we just finished having conversations about consensual relationships that's none of anybody's damn business that was going on in the NBA. Here you got a guy that was obviously a star and a Hall of Famer in the National Football League, and you're involved in some scandal like this. This is very, very bad. He does not get a pass on it. But again, we have to be responsible enough to say that these are allegations. He hasn't been proven to be guilty, but it looks very, very bad for him. And the fact that he's hiding out and he's not available for anybody to scrutinize him publicly about exactly what his actions were, what his intent was, et cetera, makes it look even worse. I was listening to my man Joe Madison on the Black Eagle, Urban View Radio, Sirius XM, Channel 126 this morning for a little bit. And every caller calling up there wanted to talk about Brett Favre and how Brett Favre's name should be removed from the Hall of Fame. I don't know if that's the case, but I know this much. If he is found to be guilty of these allegations that have been levied against him, when you're taking from the poor, the desolate, and the disenfranchised for your own selfish purposes, to hell with the Hall of Fame stuff. He should be in jail if that is found to be true. And I say if because we don't know.
Yeah, Stephen A., if these allegations are true, man, this is the perfect kind of example of don't meet your heroes. You know, I grew up, Brett Favre was one of my favorite quarterbacks ever as a kid. And if these allegations are true, man, this is the lowest of low. And it's one of those examples of, if no one checks your power, you feel like you're invincible in a way. If what is being said about him is true. You know, in the Bible, in Luke 12:3, it says, what is said in darkness will always come out in light. And it just didn't seem, at least in these reports, that Brett Favre believed that. I mean, This is satanic type of behavior, if true.
Whenever someone who's filthy rich starts a charity or sets up a foundation, I never have faith in it. And this is exactly why. Because normally they have so much money that they could just donate whatever they really want, but they're starting a charity using their big name so other people will donate. I'm not saying they're all like that, but too many times we see this, they're actually moving funds to set up something that isn't in our best interest or even what the charity's about. Brett Favre started this charity to help cancer patients, and instead he was spending it on his daughter's college for a volleyball stadium. The same volleyball stadium that was built using welfare money from the state government. And I've been seeing a lot of people say, oh, it doesn't matter, the welfare system is corrupt. People use it that don't need it. I don't care. Is the money better spent to a Hall of Fame quarterback that's already filthy rich? Are you serious? Even if every single person that's on welfare doesn't exactly need it, is the money really better spent going to Brett Favre of all people? And it doesn't just affect the welfare, it affects everybody. Where do you think that money comes from? That comes from taxpayers. Essentially, Brett Favre is taking money from hardworking people that pay taxes that was supposed to go to people that need it most. So no matter which way you look at it, Brett Favre is stealing from somebody, and it's someone who doesn't make as much money as him. I'm sure the people of Mississippi are glad to know that their taxpayers are building a volleyball stadium for Brett Favre's daughter, a guy who doesn't exactly need the money. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys think about all this. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more content just like this. And I will see you in the next upload.